For my subscribers that have just recently subscribed, I probably should explain that I have two homes. One's in Kissimmee, Florida, and one's here in Blue Ridge, Georgia, in the mountains. Two completely different types of climate and conditions. I've started this garden here last year, and it's about 40 by 30 feet, and I plant things, and then I go back to Kissimmee, and everything I plant is on its own. It doesn't get watered, has no insect control whatsoever, or being fertilized, so they kind of just have to take care of themselves. So it's kind of interesting. Let me show you what I have over here. The wood chips hadn't deteriorated very much, so I couldn't plant directly in them. So I just got some gardening soil and put my seeds in there. And I did that with all these plants. But it is starting to break down. So here's my potato patch. I planted them the first week of May. And they're growing pretty good. I hilled them up before I left. And I just put the potatoes in the ground and put a little bit of the compost on top of them. And they seem to be doing pretty good. They're not growing as well as the potatoes that I have at my garden in Kissimmee because the ground is a lot more fertile there. But, you know, for not having any special treatment, I think they're doing pretty good. They won't be ready for another 30 days, so I'll have to harvest them when I come back. Right here I have lemon balm, 2 plants of lemon balm, and I have some chocolate mint. Oh boy, is that ever good. Before I left in May, I planted strawberries in here, and only 2 of them survived. This little sprig right here that you see, and there's another one over there. But this time around, I planted some pea seeds, and you can see this tomato plant's actually doing pretty good. It's not real full, but it's produced quite a few tomatoes since we've been here. We've been here 2 weeks now, and we got about 8 or 10 tomatoes off of it. There's some small ones that are growing again and some blossoms. So, considering the fact that they had no care whatsoever, I think they're doing pretty good. This is a pepper plant that I grew from seed and brought up here with me, and it's a banana pepper, and we've had lots and lots of peppers off of it, and there's still some ripening on here, but they're good size and seems to be doing great. The 2 things that really impressed me about the garden is that the plants survived it all for having no care. And the bugs aren't as bad as what I have in Florida. And I was actually able to grow tomatoes, which in Florida I have not had luck at all. If it wasn't stink bugs, it was rats or raccoons carrying them off, and I would have thought I'd have more critters here. I think there would be plenty of raccoons and rats and everything else to eat all my stuff, but they haven't been doing that, at least not yet. So that's encouraging. The other great thing is that I haven't had to weed. I've had some ferns coming up in the wood chips, but that's just about it. What you see here is all the weeds I had. So that's really not so bad. And everything really stays nice and moist. I think once these finally break down, I'm going to be really, really happy with this garden. These chips just have a ways to go. Now I met up with a bunch of locals recently, and they've been telling me about this critter. It's called the alpanjo. I'd never heard of it before, but they say it's a pretty creepy character, and they don't know whether it's an herbivore or whether it goes after people or other animals. Not a whole lot is known about it, so it's only recently been discovered. And so I just wanted to warn you, because something could pop out at any time in my videos while I'm up here. It could be that creepy character. And I thought the only thing I had to worry about were bears.